Whoa, where am I? Let's do our Premier League predictions. In 20th, I have Luton Town. They signed many £5 million players to stay a good team in the Championship. They're going to go down, but next season, I expect them to come back up. Ernie, what do you think?
I completely agree with you, Yash. They have no facilities, no management, and no players. Command, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Luton are coming dead last. I mean, it's a great story. Them coming to the Premier League is a huge achievement, but their squad is not good enough. Go on, Yasha. Tell me your 19.
Thank you, Amand. But in 19th, I have Sheffield United. I'm sorry, they're just not going to score enough goals. Some clean sheets, yes, but they are going to go down. Let me play the Uno reverse card. Amand, what do you think?
Yeah, in 19th, I've gone with Sheffield United. Bang average squad. They're selling their best players. I don't see them doing well at all. They're going straight back down with Luton.
Sheffield United is 19th. They'll do a little bit better than Luton, but they don't have the qualities to stay up. Yash, you probably put Liverpool in 18th?
In 18th, I have Nottingham Forest. Yes, Anthony Elanga could be a decent signing, but they concede so many goals, they're gonna go down. Ernie, what do you think?
I don't actually think Nottingham Forest are going down, Yash. I was doing some research on our Discord server to see what people were predicting, right? Seen a lot of people predicting that Everton will go down, and I agree with them. I don't think there's gonna be a Sean Dyche masterclass. It's time for Everton to go down. What do you think, Frodmant?
Yeah, I've actually gone with Bournemouth for the 18th. I think the last team to get relegated. I mean, they hella overperformed last season. I just don't see them doing it again this year.
In 17th, I have them just evading relegation. The manager with the long hair, Sean Dyche and Everton. Sean Dyche will just put 11 men into the box in the first minute, and they'll just keep enough clean sheets to survive in the Premier League.
I've actually gone with the other ball man, Vincent Kompany's Burnley. I think they're just going to escape relegation. Vincent Kompany is going to get overwhelmed in the Premier League. He's not going to do as well as people think he is, but he will avoid relegation.
17th place, I have a team that I believe got really lucky last year. They finished with 12 more points than usual. That was the highest in the Premier League. It's Fulham. I think they'll narrowly miss out on relegation. Let's see what Yasha thinks about 16th.
16th, I have Wolves. If they didn't have Lopetegui, I would have them in the relegation zone, but Lopetegui is just too good and they'll stay up.
For 16th, I've gone for Bournemouth. I see them doing slightly worse than last year when they finished 15th. And honestly, 16th is still a massive achievement for them since everyone thought they were going to get relegated last year. Hamant, you've probably gone for Liverpool?
Close. I've actually gone with Everton. I think Sean Dyche is going to play his box standard, park the bus, but he will escape relegation.
In 15th place, I have Fulham. They'll 100% drop down this season. You know what? And if they finish 10th or higher, I'll do a pint of vodka. Aman, the Indian merchant, what do you think?
Well, Yasha, in 15th, I've gone with Lopetegui's Wolves. Go on, the Italian merchant. What have you put?
In 15th, Amanta, I actually went for Nottingham Forest. They've got a decent enough team to stay up, and I've got them going down in 15th. Let's see why Yasha put United in 14th.
In 14th, I could put these guys in the relegation zone really if I wanted. This is such a difficult choice. In 14th, I have Bournemouth. I don't know, bro. I just feel like it could not work with a new manager. But they made some really good signings, especially the left back from AZ, Kerkez. What a signing. 14th.
14th place, I'm pulling off a big brain move. I called it last year with Fulham, and I'm gonna call it this year with Burnley. There's always a team that comes up from the Championship and shocks everyone in the Premier League, and this year is gonna be Burnley. Let's see what a man's cooked up.
I'm cooking calmly. In 14th, I've gone for Nottingham Forest. They got a very good squad, and I think they're going to be a bog standard mid-table team, so I see them coming 14th. Go on, Yasha, tell me your 13th.
Oh, thank you. In 13th, I have bloody Burnley.
Bloody Burnley!
And they're not under Sean Dyche, they're under another bold man, Vincent Kompany, a different tactician. He's more bold like Pep Guardiola, And wait, I did just forget, the biggest signing they made this season was getting Wout Weghorst back.
Well, for 13th, I've gone with David Moyes' Hammers. I mean, especially if they sign Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay, they're going to cruise in the Premier League. They're going to be mid-table. Go on, Eddie, tell us who you put.
Oh, sorry, Hamant. I was just checking out our FPL league, which you can find linked below. But yeah, for 13th, I've got Wolves. As Yasha said, Lopetegui is a class manager. They're not going to deserve to finish 13th, but they will.
In 12th, a big improvement from last season, West Ham. I think they got hella unlucky last season. And if they sign the two goals, Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay, they're winning the league. Hey man, what do you think about those two goats?
Well, I do agree with you guys, but for 12th, I've actually gone with Crystal Palace. They got some ballers like Elise, Eze. They're going to be a bog standard mid-table team, and that's where they're exactly going to finish.
In 12th, I went for Crystal Palace. They lost Zaha, probably their most influential players the past 5 years. They finished last season with more or less the same amount of expected points, and I see them doing the same again and finishing 12th. Let's see what you're wearing, Yash.
11th place, I have Crystal Palace? I think Olise and Eze, if they don't leave or get injured, will have a really good season. They'll finish in the middle of the table.
For 11th, I've gone for another team that's bog standard, and I've gone for Brentford. They lost some key players such as Tony, and also the gap to the teams above has increased since everyone's been signing so many players. Let's see what Tony's right-hand man, Haaland, has to say.
In 11th, I've actually gone with Fulham. I know they overperformed last season, but I still think they have a very good squad and an even better manager.
Whoa, before we get to 10th place, who's going to be the top scorer this Premier League season? Wow, this is a really difficult question. I think I'm going to go for Marcus. It's going to be Haaland. Yep, he's going to be top scorer.
Yeah, for me, top scorer is also Haaland. I completely agree with you, Yash. He's a cheat code, and then with De Bruyne, he's going to score another 32 plus goals.
Top scorer, I mean, it's Erling Haaland. He's going to score another 30 plus goal season, especially with De Bruyne there. They're going to be unstoppable. But Haaland is close.
Wow, Haman, you really think that? That's a bold prediction. In 10th, the shades are off because it's time to talk business. 10th position, I have Brentford. Losing Ivan Toney until like January is going to be a big miss, but they'll have to change system and it'll be a bit of a change and they'll lose out some points.
For 10th, I've actually gone with Brentford. Yeah, I mean, even though they're missing the pro gambler, Frank is going to pull up some Moneyball tactics and bring them back to 10th no matter what.
Thanks, man. Actually, for 10th, I've gone for West Ham. They got really unlucky last season, finishing with 11 less points than expected. But I think it's going to be another shocker of a season. They lost one of their key players, Declan Rice. They did make a fat profit on it. Let's see what outrageous things Yash is about to say.
What is this? It's a bottle. What is my 9th position? Spurs! I think they'll play way better than they did last season, but there's 8 teams who are much better than them. And if Kane leaves, I might as well put them in relegation.
I've gone controversial because I put Brighton 9th. They've lost some massive players this transfer window. They're not going to have a great season. They're finishing 9th. Haman, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Yasha here. 9th Spurs 100%, especially if Kane leaves. If Kane leaves, they're finished. They have no one to score their goals for him. What? Richarlison? You're funny.
In 8th, I have Aston Villa. A new tournament for them, the Conference League. It'll take a lot out of them. They don't have a big enough squad. I think the depth will just hurt them. Wait, Ernie, what do you think about that one?
Well, Yash, I actually think it's going to be Aston Villa that finishes 8th. I know it might be a little controversial, but they don't have the squad depth to deal with all the competitions they're in.
Yo, by the way, in the middle of these predictions, thank you to all our members. I appreciate you guys.
Haman, what do you think?
In 8th, I've actually gone with Brighton. I think Brighton are solid this year.
In 7th, the Deserbians, Brighton. Listen, they'll have to adapt their system because everyone knew their system last season. The little baits of the ball, But I'm sure they'll sign a £1 million player from Ecuador or Venezuela who'll be in the team of the season next season.
7th, this is easy. I definitely think it's going to be Aston Villa there. They've got an insane squad. There's no reason they shouldn't be getting Europe again.
In 7th, I've actually gone for Spurs. I put them higher up than Yash, very surprisingly. But I think their manager, whose name is going to be difficult for me to pronounce, Agne Postecoglou. I think he's going to help them out. He's going to get the dressing room sorted because I feel like in there it's just a mess. They'll finish 7th, which is respectable.
In 6th place, I'm sorry Newcastle fans, but I have Chelsea. What are you looking at? With a smaller squad, they'll take strides and leaps forward. But 6th is as good as it will get.
Absolutely agree with you here, Yasha. There's going to be too many chefs in the kitchen for them to cook nicely. They're only cooking till 6. It's decent enough, but that's all they're getting.
Damn, what a bold prediction from you, Haaland. Ernie, what do you think about that one?
Yash, I see Chelsea finishing 6th. They've actually got rid of some players instead of just splash and clash. They need to build on their chemistry, and I think by the time they do get that chemistry, it's going to be too late to challenge for Champions League or even the league.
In 5th, I'm sorry Newcastle fans, but I do have Newcastle. I'm not baiting you this time, I'm sorry. They have a really good first 11. They played really good football in my opinion. But their squad is just not big enough. But they do have... Yeah, I think, like, if someone sees me, they'll think I just escaped from a mental asylum or something.
In number 5, I've gone for a controversial opinion because I've gone for Newcastle. I don't think they have the squad depth. Their starting 11 is definitely good enough for the Champions League, but their full 24-man team isn't.
Warney, you're crazy for putting them 5th.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with both the boys here. Newcastle 5th, easy peasy.
In my 4th, I'm sorry. I put United. I think we're gonna solidify UCL football again. I just don't know. In the preseason, we haven't played that good. Last season, I think we got quite lucky, and we lost our biggest threat, Bootwaggles.
In fourth, I've gone for a team that's gotten rid of their retirement home midfield and replaced them with two quality players. It's obviously Liverpool. I think they're gonna get Champions League this year, and I also think they're gonna get far in the Europa League, actually. Haaland, you've gone for Manchester City here, haven't you?
I cannot believe what Yash has done. I put Liverpool, the frauds, at 4. They're only going to get 4. That's good enough for them. They're nowhere near going to challenge for the league ever again.
Third place, do I have Arsenal? Do I have Liverpool? Or do I have Man City? I do have Liverpool. I don't think they have enough depth in the midfield. And if they don't make more signings, I don't see them coming top 2 at all. But a good prediction that I have for Liverpool, I think Nunes will be really good this season.
In third, I've actually gone for the bottlers. Arsenal. Yup, I said it. It's going to be them. They made some incredible signings, but I don't think they're going to be passing City anytime soon. Or United. But yeah.
In third, I've gone for a team that I think will have a very similar season to last year. They're going to have a lot of ups, but also a lot of downs. I've gone for United. Haaland and Onana, they overspent, and I think they're overrated, but that's the United tax. This has to be Liverpool, right, Ash?
Second place, who's it gonna be?
In second place, I've gone with Ten Hag is implemented the system really well. I mean, it's going to be tough fighting for the number 1 spot. I think he's going to have a little battle at the beginning.
Who do I have in second? Drum roll, please! Arsenal! I think they're going to have another great year because second is very respectable. I think Rice is a good signing. They've got the quality to get Champions League again, and they've got the quality to finish second.
No way, Ernie, you actually put them second. Obviously, it's Arsenal. I'm sorry, lads. They've had the best transfer window so far, I think, out of all the Premier League teams. But I think Declan Rice is overrated. He's just an English John McGinn. I think they'll finish above the rest, but miles away from Man City.
And yeah, obviously first, as I said already, Arsenal finishing second. City turning the Premier League into a Farmers League. Easy win for City.
All right, first place, it's Manchester City. And we can't do anything about it, bro. They just spent 75 million on a centre-back who's probably not even going to start. It's GG's. Man City's winning the league.
It's gotta be City. They're ruining football. Bring United back at the top. That's what we want.
Best signing this season for me is going to be Kovacic. It's such a low-key good signing. I'm going to go for him.
I actually think for signing of the season is Dominic Szoboszlai.
I'm actually gonna go with Guardiola. Pep signing a tenacious centre-back is very crucial to the way Pep's gonna play his system. So I think Guardiola is a fantastic signing.